What in the actual hecky smack went on over the weekend? It's even too much for an opening. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. Roll the intro.
Nikki in the building, baby. Nikki in the building, baby. In Cahoots podcast. Yeah. I keep God first, that's real. True crime on the table, facts on steel. Investigations, I chase that trail. If the story don't add up, I set it straight, no fail. I spot fake tears, I spot lies. Sketchy little moves, I see through the disguise. I'm fair, I'm funny, I bring that light. I call you out, then I'll still be polite.
Welcome back to another episode of In Cahoots podcast. My name is Nikki. Before we get into the video, I just want to thank each and every one of you for all of the well wishes and the prayers. I am feeling much better, much more like myself, and I am ready to dig into these stories. Before I do, you already know, please be sure to hype the video. Helps the channel tremendously. Thank you to those that do it. You guys are the best. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. If you want to support the channel, you can always click that join button to become a member. Okay. First things first, as we all know, Andrew Wilson wants to debate Candace Owens. Okay. We all know that Candace accepted. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the tweets. I'm sure someone else has done that already. However, Andrew Wilson volunteered Michael Knowles to moderate. And Candace Owens, she did accept that. She was completely okay with it. And basically all weekend what they did was go back and forth because Andrew wanted to add this clause and this stipulation. And Candace is just like, come on. Like, just accept. Let's get this done. Let's do it. But no, Andrew required the world. Candace Owens is 7 months pregnant, and she's not even demanding nearly as much as what Andrew is demanding. I'm pretty sure privately he texted her and demanded a makeup artist for himself and his wife. Anyway, the whole time that I'm watching their ex back and forth, I'm thinking to myself, I don't necessarily disagree with Michael Knowles moderating, but I just couldn't help but wonder, does Michael Knowles know about this? Did anybody ask him? How come he hasn't posted anything about this? They pretty much locked this man in, which I thought was hilarious. Michael Knowles did respond to this, and this is what he said.
I have been volunteered to be a debate moderator over the murder of Charlie Kirk. I was volunteered by Andrew Wilson, who is a right-wing debate guy. I'm sure you've seen him online. He offered, I guess he was proposing a debate with Candace over the killing of Charlie and some of the conspiracy theories about it. So I was volunteered for this by Andrew. And then Candace accepted me as the moderator. It's great, I guess, that I'm like such a nice guy that I have been volunteered for this service without anyone checking with me at any point in that. So anyway, I don't know. That's percolating on social media right now. I'm truly, it's the first time hearing of it, so I haven't made a decision over whether or not that's a good idea. I don't, my view on the conspiracy theories generally is I don't think it's the right thing to debate in public. I kind of think that the murder of Charlie Kirk will be adjudicated in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. And I think that the defense of Tyler Robinson will present its case and the prosecution will present its case. We've already heard a lot of this in the pretrial hearings. So anyway, I haven't made a decision on that. If you have some strong opinion about whether or not I should do that, please do let me know.
So that answered my question. Nobody even checked with him. I don't know. I find it funny. They just said, Michael Knowles is going to do this. But here's the thing. Michael Knowles has to ask Daddy, Big Little Daddy Ben. And I'm pretty sure that when he did go back to Ben Shapiro and said, Big Little Daddy Ben, would it be okay if I, moderate for Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson's debate? I am pretty sure Ben Shapiro climbed up on his horse and smacked the taste out of Michael's mouth. There is no way that Ben is going to be okay with doing Candace Owens a favor. Candace wasn't even the one to volunteer Michael Knowles. But just because it's Candace Owens and she's okay with Michael Knowles and she feels that he would be fair, Ben doesn't like that. If you're not going to put Candace down, cut her off, speak down to her and her claims, tell her that her theory is stupid and blah, blah, blah. If you're not going to do that, there's no way anyone from Daily Wire, is going to actually be able to moderate a debate that has anything to do with helping out Candace Owens. It's just not going to happen. Now, after Big Little Daddy Ben smacked the taste out of his mouth, allegedly, of course, Michael Knowles came back with another response. And he said, H-E double hockey sticks no. Check this out.
As I mentioned on the last show, I woke up Friday morning to the news that I had been invited to moderate a debate on the murder of my friend Charlie Kirk between Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens. Andrew had suggested me as moderator, and Candace accepted, and then they started arranging the details of the debate. There was just one person they forgot to ask. From what I've gathered, the debate apparently involves big money, hundreds of thousands of dollars raised as prize money or something. I'm actually not totally sure what the purpose of the money is. I think I'm even being offered a cut. In any case, after giving it serious consideration over the weekend, I will be declining the invitation. The whole internet seems to think this debate will be must-see content, and I'm sure it will be. I bet it'll get zillions of views. That is, in fact, why I'm declining.
Okay, Michael. Okay, we get it. Daddy said no. But I understand where he's coming from. He has a right to say no, of course. But what was interesting to me was towards the end of this response. Now, he still wanted to make a suggestion regarding how the money that is won in the debate should be handled or spent. Check this out.
Since I was briefly roped into all of this, I would like to make a couple of proposals before I end my involuntary involvement. First, I understand there's a lot of money on the line in this debate. I don't know the exact number or even how it's supposed to be distributed. If it's a split among the debaters and the moderator, or if it's a prize for the winner, or if there will even be a declared winner. I don't know. What I propose, though, is that every penny of the prize money, as well as the video monetization revenue from however many platforms this is streamed on and restreamed on, probably hundreds of them, goes to Charlie's kids. I would suggest a college scholarship fund, but Charlie famously hated college, other than Hillsdale, maybe Liberty, a few others. But put it in a trust for that, something, some way to avoid a circumstance in which anyone is profiting off our buddy's corpse. My second proposal is that everyone involved, the debaters, the moderator, the audience, everyone, agrees to keep the cameras rolling for as long as it takes to hash out all of the issues and opinions and intuitions and anything else that can possibly come to mind, and then to put an end to the Charlie murder industry.
So what do you guys think about that? Now, Ben Shapiro. Remember when Candace found the Gary Gavage individual that Ben Shapiro was supposedly having breakfast or lunch with? On his show, he started laughing and he's like, oh, $10,000. You've been scammed out of $10,000. I'll donate $10,000 and I'll donate it to Charlie's kids. I'll donate $10,000 for every person you get wrong. I showed that clip, and in my comments, you guys ate him up for that. Because you guys said, hey, they do not need the money. They do not need $10,000. They do not need that. They have more than enough. So Michael Knowles is saying that this $300,000 plus all of the money made from the video, everything, every penny should go to I don't know. It's almost hard to even get out. Should go to Erika Kirk's children. Every single penny. I just find it very interesting that everybody is trying to start a college fund for Charlie and Erika's kids. I just don't see that happening. I don't think anyone has anything against the kids. They're kids. You know, they lost their father in the most traumatic way. They have to grow up and see a lot of this. So nobody is, knocking the kids. But it's just so interesting how a lot of people on TPUSA's side, they're like, give her money to Erika and the kids. Give it to her. Give her all the money. All your money, give it to Erika. I mean the kids. So you guys tell me in the comment section what you guys think about Michael's suggestion. Moving on. Okay, so recently Candace Owens figured out who was on the rooftop with Officer Bagley. And it turned out, thanks to Muppet Masher on X, that the person that was on the roof in plain clothing was someone by the name of Officer Alan Robertson. Now, why during the prelim no one could remember or figure that out? Yeah, I don't know. But of course, that makes a lot of people wonder about Alan Robertson. Why is it that nobody wanted his name to come up? Why are we acting like we don't know who that is? Take a look at what Candace had to say about it.
Random person walking and they catch Losee rooftop. Who could that be? Who is that, dear? Who? Oh, man in a plain clothes. Let's bring that closer, actually. Let's, Officer Bagley, I think that might be you. Because here you are, lower. We have a close-up of him down there wearing the hat. And looks a little baldy on the side. Could be you, definitely. But we definitely can ID the other guy. Let's show them on that rooftop again. Oh, bag with the red hat person. It is Officer Alan Robertson from the Utah State University Department of Public Safety. Utah State University. So not even a UVU officer. Now, this guy, in theory, is just supposed to be a part of general reinforcements on that day, a nobody. Alan Robertson, as we're going through all that early footage, he actually seems like he's the person that's immediately in charge.
I don't know how I feel about this Alan Robertson person. And I say that because yes, it does seem like he was calling shots. But it also seems like he was immediately more so put in charge of watching and controlling what happened at the tent. And I say that because I found the aerial footage of right after they cleared everybody from campus, everybody from, around the crime scene. And Alan Robertson and his blue shirt friend seemed to be basically there to watch the crime scene. So it's just interesting to me that he goes from calling shots allegedly to allegedly being in charge of the crime scene. Take a look at this. So I'm going to just stop it right here. There he is. There's Alan. There's the blue shirt man. There's some officer right there. I'm not sure what he's doing. But here's Alan Robertson on the phone. He takes his phone call for quite some time. I'm going to let it play. So he's just sitting there on the phone by the crime scene. You see the tape up and everything. And he's there for quite some time. Yep, he is not going to leave this spot. And neither is his blue shirt friend. Now, I'm just going to fast forward it just a bit because it gets closer. So he gets off the phone. They come together. They're having a conversation. It's going to clear up in just a second. He doesn't move. He's not calling any more shots that I know of. He's just sitting there with his friend talking about, I guess, what just happened. Yeah, he stands up, explains some things. They're going to point around a bit. Yeah, it looks like they're having a really deep conversation, real secretive, really secretive. Now, blue shirt friend, forgot his name. He's showing him things on his phone. What are those pictures? What are you guys doing? What you looking at? What you sharing? More conversation. They're pulled in pretty closely. And he just kind of stays there for a very long time. So here's more footage. Right now, the chopper is kind of focused on the tent area. But there's Alan right there, still with his friend, still conversating, top left. Now, what we're watching here is pretty long. It's about 41 or 42 minutes. But for a good chunk of this, there's Alan and his friend watching the tent like a hawk. Chopper even goes over to where the alleged shot was taken at the Losee building. Shows the officers right over here. There's a crime scene again. They're getting really close up on it. This is really good footage. You can see everything. And he does this thing where he goes to where the alleged shot was taken and then looks over, shows the tent area. And he's doing that right there. And he's actually going to go back and forth a couple of times. So you can see where Tyler Robinson or whoever allegedly was, the view he had, and everything is still fresh. Crime scene still fresh. There's the Alan Robertson. He just put his hat back on his head, talking to his friend again. They are watching this tent very closely. The other officer that was with them in uniform is no longer there anymore. But I wonder why these two were ordered to watch the tent. Alan just got a phone call. He just walked off on his phone. But you have his blue shirt friend still at the tent. They will not take their eyes off of that tent. There's so much more in that aerial footage. So I definitely suggest maybe you guys take a look at it yourself, because there's a lot to see. And I'm going to watch it again, actually a couple of times, just to see if anything stands out. But my point is that Alan and his friend, someone ordered them to not take their eyes off of that tent. And it's for a reason. So again, it did seem like he was calling shots, telling people where to go, what to do. He's on the roof with Officer Bagley, but Bagley doesn't really remember that. Can't tell you who the man was. His body camera just happens to die. Yeah, that's weird. But as weird as it is, I can't figure out exactly what Alan Robertson's actual job was that day. What exactly was he in charge of? Because from where I'm looking, he was in charge of the tent. But hey, you guys know what to do. Hit the comment section, share it, let me know what you think. Moving on. So Ali Top Files on X posted clips of Rob McCoy's recent interview, where of course he's talking about Candace, and of course he's talking about the case. I have come to realize that Rob McCoy has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, like ever. Everything this man says is just wrong. He said his own son, and he held this for quite some time, but he said that his own son was covered in blood. Did you speak with your son? Did Mikey know that he was covered in blood, Rob? Who told you that? Oh, never mind. You assumed he was covered in blood. At least that's what you said. Right, Rob?
The Sunday following Charlie's murder, I preached in the pulpit, and I said that my son was covered in blood in the comment. And then they showed the clip, which I've never seen. I've never seen the clip of Charlie being shot. Nothing. I refused to look at that.
Yeah, me too.
And it was a mistake on my part, but I wasn't lying. So when we were told Charlie had been shot, my son called me. First he called his wife, then Erika, then me. Real simple. Dad, Charlie's been shot. Please get the pastors to pray. There's blood everywhere. I said, okay. So we're preparing to fly to Utah, and as we're on our way to the airport, we get word that Charlie's dead. We land, we go directly to the hospital, and when I get there, there's Frank and some of the guys from the security team I know, and they're all in hospital scrubs. And I asked them, why are you guys in hospital scrubs? Were you in the operating room? And they said, no, our clothes were covered in blood. And I thought, wow. And I said, where's Mikey? And they said, he's at the hotel in Salt Lake. So when we got there, he's changed out, greeting and getting prepared for everyone to come in. I just assumed he changed his clothes.
Rob, stop assuming. Stop it. Ask. Communication is key. And at this point, I don't even think it was an assumption. I think he just made it up in his head. Because when he told the story, he was so into, oh, my son's covered in blood gushing all over my son. Next time, just ask, Rob. Just ask. Communicate. Yeah. As you guys heard in that last clip, he's never watched the video of what happened to Charlie Kirk under that tent. So does that mean you were assuming again, Rob, when you said...
You've got one of the most closed shut cases you can ever imagine. 7 separate confessions, DNA on the casing, DNA on the etching. You know, you go through the whole thing. You can dial in the video and see almost him pulling the trigger. And yet every one of your vain speculations and innuendos and conspiracy.
You can dial in and see him doing what, Rob? Pulling what? 7 confessions? This alleged rifle was shoved into his man garden, but there's more DNA of Lance than even Tyler? You just said you can pretty much see him pulling the trigger. Where? Rob, where? I can't believe I have to do this again. First it was Benny. Now it's Rob McCoy. Show me. Show me, Rob. We're all looking. We're looking. Where? Show me his finger. Where's his finger, Rob? What can you dial in and see? Where is he getting his information from? Everything this man says is off the wall. First it was Erika. Well, I wasn't in some fort. Now you have Rob. You can dial in and see his finger pull that trigger. Huh? Anyway, aside from Rob, I assume McCoy, apparently there's new footage of a different angle, mostly of the crowd, right before Charlie Kirk was hit. And a lot of people are saying that they have not seen it from this angle. In this video, there will be no blood, no gore. You can't even see Charlie, but it is mostly a crowd shot. Take a look.
There's Charlie over there, guys. I can't really see it because I'm like on this side. What the fuck?
Now, I have not watched this video enough to really point out things, but one thing did stand out to me, and it's this man. If you can see my cursor, it is this man right here. He stands out to me because, number one, his back is turned, so he's not even, watching the debate. So then it made me wonder, could he maybe be security? I mean, that's a pretty tight place to put security, but is he? But then I noticed that when the shot rang, or whatever that noise was, rang out, he didn't turn around. I mean, I'm sure he eventually turned around, but he didn't turn around, he didn't jump, and he just sticks out to me like a sore thumb. Take a look again and tell me if you see what I see.
Over there, guys. I can't really see it because I'm like on this side. What the fuck? Over there, guys. I can't really see it because I'm like on this side. What the fuck?
So yeah, he has his back turned. The loud crack happened. He doesn't jump or turn around and see what just happened or where it could be coming from. He's just focused on looking at whatever he's looking at in that tight little spot. So again, I'm thinking maybe it could have been security. I do not know. But I just found that a little odd. And hey, it could be nothing. It could be nothing at all. I am just now seeing this clip today. So let me know if that seemed just a bit odd or maybe it's normal. And again, eventually I'm sure he turns around. I mean, come on, everybody starts screaming and running. But in that very moment, even a second or two after, he doesn't do anything. So yeah, take a look at that clip. Rewind it if you have to, and let me know if you find anything odd about not just that man, but anything. Hit the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. But guys, I am going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate every single one of you. Guys, please do not forget to smash that hype button. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Also, if you are not subscribed, welcome to the channel. Please smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, comment, share, turn on your post notifications. If you want to support the channel, you can always join to become a member. Also, I did put my email along with my Cash App, Venmo, and social media handles. So the email is incahootsmail@gmail.com. If there's anything you need me to know or you want me to see, feel free to go ahead and email me. Just as usual, let's just keep everything respectful. Don't spam my inbox. But yes, if you think that there's something I should see or know, feel free to email me. Until next time, you guys, my name is Nikki. This has been In Cahoots Podcast, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.